Welcome back into Buckeye Beat. I'm Noah Weiskopf, joined here as always by Tyler Danburg. And we have now we know who Ohio State will be playing in the college football playoff. The number 8 seeded Buckeyes will host the 9th seeded Tennessee Volunteers in the first round. Now let's look ahead for a couple of seconds before we focus on this matchup specifically. The Buckeyes and Volunteers, or Ohio State's path is not the easiest one though. If they are able to handle Tennessee, the Buckeyes would then head out west to Pasadena to take on Oregon in the Rose Bowl, then potentially Texas and Georgia towards the national championship path. But the game between the Buckeyes and Volunteers is going to be historic. It's the first time Ohio State will host a game in December ever, and this one's not at noon either. This is going to be an 8 Eastern start in the shoe, SEC, Big Ten. What else can you ask for? Big time matchup. Even Ryan Day knows this one means a little bit more.
But I'm excited for our fans to get back together this Saturday in the shoe for an historic event like we talked about last time. This is right now the first time it's ever happened before, and I think for everyone to get back together is exciting.
Tyler, how do you feel Ohio State's draw was having to take on Tennessee in the first round?
For both teams, it is an incredibly tough path to win a national title, and the same goes for the team that the winner of this game faces in number 1 Oregon. The winner of this game could potentially face 4 AP top 10 teams in the playoff and to win 4 games. The winner of this one is going to have a lot of implications going into the Oregon one, and Day even said on Sunday it would be an unreal run to win national championship number 9, and that's what they're going to try to do starting on the 21st.
And I don't think this matchup is ideal for the Buckeyes either. The biggest key that I'm looking at is Tennessee's defensive line. It's elite against Ohio State's struggling offensive line right now. If you look back to that Michigan game, the Volunteers are built from the inside out, just as Michigan was. Tennessee's total defense ranked 4th in the country. At the time we're recording this now, we don't know exactly how Ohio State's offensive line will look for the game. Ryan Day said they're looking at some other options to potentially shake up the middle there in the interior. Josh Padilla, Luke Montgomery, some of the names mentioned who could take a spot. I think it's a possibility that both Padilla and Montgomery can end up starting this playoff game against Tennessee. Tyler, what do you think their best option is on the offensive line, especially in the interior?
Well, Luke Montgomery and Joshua Padilla are 2 blue-chip recruits that have not been able to get as much playing time, but development has been the key. You look at Montgomery, highly prized offensive lineman, mainly coming in as an offensive tackle. He had a lot of high-octane snaps against Nebraska, might enable him to be ready for that. But Joshua Padilla has made a lot of strides. He plays in almost every single game, regardless of whether it's special teams or as a reserve lineman. Ryan Day even said that George Fitzpatrick could be a guy vying for playing time. Nonetheless, offensive line depth is going to be a concern going into this one against the Vols.
Now, specifically for this matchup, I mentioned Tennessee's defensive line, but offensively, the Volunteers are pretty impressive as well. They are 8th in scoring offense in the country compared to Ohio State's 16th ranking. Tennessee's passing offense ranked 62nd in the country, but its rushing attack is ranked top 10. It's going to be imperative for the Buckeyes to stop the run, something they really couldn't do against Michigan. Tyler, to you, what's the biggest key for Ohio State to win this game?
Defensively, it is to tighten up the run defense and force Dylan Sampson, the star running back, to put the ball on the ground. Sampson is 8th in the country this year in rushing, but he's lost 8 fumbles. Offensively for Ohio State, it's pace. Ryan Day said that they want to play fast in this game, and this is a chance to right the wrongs from the Michigan game. Air it out, get Will Howard the opportunity to throw the ball, but also have Will Howard get the ball out quickly against this stout Tennessee front 4. Tennessee's defense only allows 178.6 passing yards per game. The Buckeyes, if they're going to want to win this one, they're going to have to exceed that average.
And of course, they're going to have to run the ball really well as well. Let's get into our predictions. Tyler, I usually am always the one to go first. For this one, give us your prediction. The spread right now stands at Ohio State's 7.5-point favorites over the Volunteers. Where do you see this one going?
Quarterback Nico Iamaleava is the key to this game for Tennessee. Only 4 teams in the country run the ball more than Tennessee. They run the ball over 42 times a game. They'll need to run the ball to win. But Nico Iamaleava's top tool is his arm strength. I think the Vols quarterback is limited to under completing 60% of his passes, but he has multiple 30-plus yard scores, and I think that ultimately allows Tennessee to win this game 34-31 in what will be an instant classic shootout of the ball game.
Tyler, this one's going to be really close, and I promise all of you watching we didn't plan this out before, but the difference will be third down. to me. And Ohio State is ranked 47th nationally on third down offense. Tennessee, 14th best in the country. Defensively, the Volunteers are top 5 in getting off the field on third down. Ohio State is 27th, something we know they've been struggling with as of late. I don't do this often, and we know that anyone can really win any game, especially in college football in this playoff. But I'm going to take Tennessee as well, winning this game 24-20, escaping Columbus and the cold with a huge win. And if my prediction's on, it leaves a major question mark above head coach Ryan Day's head heading into a pivotal offseason. But we will see what happens Saturday, December 21st, 8 p.m. Thank you all for joining us. For Tyler Danburg, I'm Noah Weiskopf. We'll see you next time.